Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first episode of the ARKive Podcast, a podcast where we take a deep dive into the community's biggest and most memorable members. Today on episode 1, we are going to be looking at the Creator of Archepelian, a map that you might have seen going around on the workshop as of a few months, and its creator, ARmanGamer. Arman, welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me here.
Yeah, thank you for being here. So, let's get down to the business. Who are you?
I am Arman. I go by as AarmanGamer. I am still very young. I live in Belgium, and I really like making mods.
Yeah, we kind of know by the map. We can tell by that, right? So, going back to your early roots, what was sort of the first thing that you went and submitted over to the Steam Workshop?
My first ever project was Prisminius. It was a small map.
Now, how long did that take you?
Prisminius was actually a test map. It was most likely more to learn the dev kit, and it took me every day I worked like 6 hours in the dev kit to understand it while watching very outdated tutorials and scratching my mind at the messy code of ARK. And after some time I got my map Prisminius to work, and then I launched it in a not that proper state onto the Steam Workshop.
Alright. And then I assume you further moved on to the map that is now known as Archepelian.
Yep, Archepelian is my second map. At the moment, I only have 3 maps. Archepelian was my last map for ASE. Also my biggest project to date. It was a very fun project to work on, and I really loved always working on the map, and it was probably my favorite map to make of all the maps I made.
Right. So, what really inspired you to make maps?
Well, it's a very funny situation actually. So, I always wanted to create my own maps, and one day I just like the day before I just saw like Ross playing Svartalfheim and stuff. So I was like, Nakatus was. I always loved Nakatus's work. I really loved playing on Fjordur and both on Valguero, and when I saw he had a new map, I really wanted to like delve into it, but I never decided it. But the next day, right before I went to sleep, I said, you know what? Tomorrow I'll download the dev kit, and so I did, and then I started working on my map.
Right, that's quite interesting. So, would you say that you would have a mentor that sort of showed you the ropes of the dev kit, or would you say that it was more of a solo operation where you just dived in and just found out what works?
So, to begin, I searched a few tutorials, very outdated, and most were incorrect or neither worked. But I followed the tutorials. It teached me a bit, the basics, but after some getting the weather and stuff to work was super hard for me, so I joined the modding Discord, tried to get help there, but at the moment there I couldn't get a fully answer. So after some time, after myself looking at the island code, I figured most of the things on my own. Sometimes I ask the modding Discord or other modders if I don't know how. This is most for the case with ASA. That's for my like for example. I've been working on my new map in Saluna. It's already out on CurseForge, but to get the landscape to work, it's a very lengthy process. And Minerva, a modder in the ARK community, figured that process out. So he explained to me how it worked, and yeah, that's for ASA though. For ASE, I mostly did everything on my own, except for a few things.
Wow. Okay. Well, I guess that sort of dives in onto our one of our questions here on the list. Is Archepelian coming to ASA?
Yes, but in a totally revamped state and with many drastic changes, and it will be coming and I'll start developing it when either Wreck or Lost Island releases.
Ah, I see. It's probably because of assets or something like that.
The landscape material mostly.
Ah, I see. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Right. Actually, how did you come up with the name Archepelian?
So this is a very funny story. But like, Archepelian was never planned until that one day I had so much problems cooking, and cooking is technically just uploading mod to Steam Workshop. It kept failing and failing, but we thought it was something with the map, but actually it was my crappy PC, and it wasn't even crappy. I just had a very bad fan, and like an actual fan for my PC. It was very bad. And my dad was always beside me, calming me down and stuff, and helping me out, even though he knew nothing about it. And he said to me, "You know what? We should create our own map together." And I said, "Great. If I'm done with this map, I'll do that." And my dad never worked on Archepelian. He just helped me come up with the name. I was literally just putting out a random few names, and then I came with the name Archepelian. It was actually supposed to be Archepelion first, but we changed it to Archepelian.
I see. So I guess I've been kind of mispronouncing it. It's Archepelian, not Archepelian. My bad on that one.
You can say Archepelian, wherever you want, but it was first meant with an O instead of an A.
Archopelian. That's kind of interesting as
well. the O on the last, like Archepelion, something like that.
It kind of sounds French.
Yeah.
In sort of a way. All right, going back to the very, very beginning. How did you find ARK?
Oh, I heard about ARK when it first released when I was very young, and I didn't like ARK because it had blood in it, so I never bought it until the day my. I was very young. I don't know how old I was, but I was still very young, like still a very young kid. And when I was in a PlayStation party with my friend Thomas, he showed me ARK, and I always knew he was playing ARK because sometimes I went over to his house to play some games with him, and sometimes we played ARK. But then he just told that he was playing, and I was like, okay, this game is looking cool. And I was joking that I would fish everything, and then I bought the game. My first ever character name wasn't ArmanGamer for ARK, was always ArmanGamer for other stuff, but I called myself Fishman. And that's how I got into ARK.
Yeah, coincidentally, that actually very well dives into our next question. The origin behind your name. You're publicly known as ArmanGamer. How did that stick? How did you find that out?
ArmanGamer was a name I used since I was 3.
Wow,
when I was
early.
Yep. When I first heard the word gamer, when I was watching a Minecraft playthrough, was like Minecraft. I don't know. It was like just released. I have no idea. It wasn't Minecraft. I don't know actually. But I was watching something on YouTube, and I saw the word gamer, and I know what it meant because I was slowly learning English, and I just ArmanGamer. I went with it. It was around 3 or 4. I wasn't in elementary school or whatever it's called in America or stuff.
Right. Interesting story. I like to ask this sort of question to everybody because everyone has their own unique story to it. It might seem so insignificant to many people, but it is very interesting to hear. Right. What would you say? Which one of your projects took you the most effort?
Which project took me the most effort? Archepelian. Archepelian sucked the life out of me. the amount of times I had problems with stuff, it was always sometimes fixing. Not only Archepelian, Prisminius sometimes was very much life-draining. But the most recent thing has to be the landscape material. I absolutely hate it. I hate the landscape material for ASA. It is way too hard. It's way harder to customize it in my opinion, and yeah, it's just way harder.
How do you stay motivated, really? With all these sort of issues that I'm hearing you're coming across, what motivates you to just keep pushing on forward?
Well, my dream is just to to make my own games and make my own gaming company. And something I always go over for is to never give up, even in the most situations. The only times I've given up is that there is literally no solution. And but for the most part, I just really want to create mods for people to play. I love seeing people play my mods. When I see a YouTube video of them, I get all excited. Just seeing people enjoy my mods is probably some of the best experience I've had. And mostly with maps. When I see someone playing on my map and saying it's a fun map or cool map, it just makes my whole day.
That is actually cool. If you would say that would you say that you have an idol? Like someone that you idolize for their work or something like that? Is there someone, and who would you say it'd be?
For modding or for something else?
Just in general, like say for modding, yes, I guess in this subject.
Like for modding, it also my favorite modders was like when I first heard about ARK were probably Garuga and Nakatis. Those were the ones I always heard about.
Big names.
Yep.
So no, go ahead. Sorry.
I wouldn't say like I idolize them, but I really love their work.
Right. So as a map maker, what is your end goal?
My end goal is to create a very fun map for people to play on. And my ultimate goal is to become like an official map, but that will never happen because now mods are crossplay. But it's still a fun goal. But the main reason I just do it is to share my imagination with the world and to make people happy with the things I create.
I mean, I would never say never on that dream of becoming a free DLC, because I believe there's a competition currently going out. I mean, you do need to be part of like a massive team with sound design and everything. It needs to be large scale, but I do believe you have the talent, especially in your early age of what you have accomplished and stuff.
There is also a track for non-studios. I'm going to try to participate that with my father because you can't enter with if you're below 18 alone. So I'm probably going to my father's going to enter for me, but that money will probably be used. 50% will be used to fund my new map in Seluna for new custom creatures that I can commission, and the other % will be used to renovate our home.
Wow. That's actually very interesting. Okay, so if you would be able to pick any mod or map that you could recreate in your own style, what would it be?
Any map, like official map?
Official map, unofficial map, anything. Anything that is already on ARK.
Has to be either Extinction or Aberration, and I'm planning to do so.
In your own way, basically recreate those maps.
Yep, I'm currently doing that, but in Seluna. In Seluna is actually it's already out, and it's a map actually inspired by the island. It's like an island, but epic, a more epic version of the island, having more biomes. It's larger, having a larger ocean, having more creature spawns on it, while retaining that original island image with not that many fantasy creatures, but there are still fantasy creatures littered across the map.
Sounds interesting. So, are there any upcoming projects that you would like to share?
I've been working on my in Seluna, like I've told, it's for crossplay and stuff, but that's already out. I'll be updating that every week if CurseForge allows me to, because it's being very annoying with CloudCook. But upcoming projects will have to be how is it called again? Oh yeah, will be a reimagining of Scorched Earth.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Basically a desert-inspired map with savannas, new biomes, all in a tropical desert-themed map. What the hell?
Thank you guys for tuning in to the ARKive Podcast. Tune in next time as we take another deep dive into another member of the community. Hope to see you then.